Hello everyone, Richie Next Gaming here. I just wanted to make a really quick video answering a couple questions and just mentioning something irrelevant to this game, but relevant to me as an individual. Today, January 16th, 2020, Christopher Tolkien, son of J.R.R. Tolkien, author of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings and The Silmarillion and all that stuff. Christopher Tolkien has passed away at the age of 95. He was a very interesting, intelligent, and good person. He did all of the editing and publishing of J.R.R. Tolkien's work post-mortem. We would not have books like The Silmarillion, Beren and Luthien, Children of Húrin, The Lost Tales, all that stuff. We would not have them if not for Christopher Tolkien. He even drew the maps for Lord of the Rings. So, it's kind of really sad, but stuff happens, and he lived longer than both of his parents did, and depending on what you believe, he's either with them or not. I like to go through the Middle-earth mythos, and he is now in the halls of Mandos, and he will return for the second song of the Ainur and the reshaping of Arda. But let's get to some questions. I promised somebody. Noctum asked some questions, and there were some of them may be touched upon but not thoroughly answered in some of my mini tutorials. So I wanted to reach out, directly answer Noctum's questions, and let the rest of you know that as we build up to 1,000 subscribers, I am willing to answer some of your questions a little more personally than just in the comments. So Noctum, couple questions. What would you recommend to spend gems on? I have personally spent gems on, let's see. I've spent gems on platinum and diamond badges. I think that's a good investment because the game loves dropping silver badges. Less often drops gold badges. And almost never drops platinum and diamond badges. And then especially when you get to the stage I'm at. That's not what I meant to click on. I guess that wasn't what I meant to click on either. So I got a couple diamonds. I got a bunch of platinums. I got gold. Diamond, platinum, gold, 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 gold. So silver badges do nothing for me. And then even though you can exchange silver badges now, you can only exchange them for gold badges, which also do nothing for me. So I spend gems on those higher up badges. That seems like a good investment to me. I have spent gems on coins in the past. I've only spent it when they're offering like these bonuses, for one thing, so you get the extra. Also, I've only spent them at times when I just immediately turned around and spent all of them, all of the gold, on players. Like, you reach a league and you're not doing well, so you want to upgrade a bunch of players at once. You can't afford to. Buy some coins. It's not the end of the world. Gems. You can gain gems 10 at a time for free by watching ads. And you can do the more gems thing. And I don't have the patience to play other games for as long as you need to get a good amount of gems. But that is always an option. Free gems. I've also spent gems on stadiums. At first, when I bought Challenge Field so long ago, I didn't realize how rare and hard it would be to collect gems. I bought the Champions Park because I felt that I felt like letting too many home runs go in home games. These, each park is bigger than the park before it, so it's harder to hit home runs, easier to hit doubles. But my outfielders are like the best, so it's not the end of the world. So that's what I tend to spend gems on. I've spent gems on motions, primarily pitching motions, because some of the pitching motions, especially the gem ones, as for me as a human player, if somebody's pitching motion takes a lot longer than a regular pitching motion, like some of these, when they like turn around, like that's like the slightest bit longer to get through the motion and release the ball, and it throws off the swing time. So I did that for a couple people, hoping it also throws off lower quality AI. I am in the World 2 League, so lower quality AI almost doesn't exist anymore. But yes, badges I would spend gems on. I would not spend gems on recruit tickets. You get a lot of those. In fact, I have... So my entire team, even the bench guys, are all recruited players. I've gotten rid of all of the start of game players, and I only have recruited players. And now I have... Oh, you can now sell your recruit badges, can't you? Yep, you can exchange them for gems. You get 150 gems for 5 of them, but one of them costs 150 gems. So don't buy those, just earn them. When do you go for contact hitting and when for power? This is probably at least briefly mentioned in my batting tutorial, so please check out my Baseball 9 tutorial playlist and go watch those tutorials. But I will just briefly say that there are 2 factors when deciding this. Unless the player I'm batting with has much, much higher contact than power, I usually do power for the first 2 strikes and then go to contact for the potential 3rd strike, because you're less likely to miss and strike out. But I would also just advise that you pay attention to the stats of your players. Don't just focus on power, because you do need contact. And some of my players, the contact is higher than the power. So, like James Bond. Think Luigi. Dr. Malcolm. Inigo Montoya. Their contact is higher than their power. So sometimes I'll just do contact the entire at-bat. Other factors are things like the current score, the current, who's on base and which base, that kind of stuff. Next question. Who do you prefer to rank up first, pitchers or field players? I don't know if I've touched upon this. I've probably mentioned it a couple times in passing. I like alternate it. As you can see, for example, by the fact that there are 2 diamonds on the field and 2 diamonds as pitchers. So I focus on the outfielders and the catcher as far as, like leveling up and increasing stats and upgrading. Pablo Sanchez is not only an outfielder, but just my best player overall. So he got ranked up first all the way. And then I just try to alternate it. Like, we're waiting to upgrade Dr. Tyson, and then we'll upgrade the entire, pitching staff after that. The relief pitchers and everything don't matter to me as much as starting pitchers. If you watch my games, you can easily know why, because a lot of my pitchers pitch all 9 innings, and they don't need relief or anything. So they're, so to answer the question, alternate. Those were Noctum's questions. So that is the end of this mini tutorial. But please, if you have questions, first go to my Baseball 9 tutorial playlist. Check out the tutorials. If I do not answer your questions, ask them and I will. Please like, please subscribe, please share. I'm on Twitter at RichNixGam1. That's RichNix Gaming without the ing and the number 1 instead. And I will see you guys down in the comments.